And Donald Trump promised overwhelming force. Iran answered with missiles. Now, after weeks of confrontation, Washington appears to be looking for a diplomatic exit. Iran is warning the Gulf states to tell Trump to back off or face consequences at the same time. Reports say that the US has burned through much of its long-range precision missile inventory. There's more in this next report. Take a look.
Their Navy's gone, their Air Force is gone, their anti-aircraft is all gone, it's all gone, their radar is all gone, their leaders are all gone.
The reason they want to make a deal is they have been just beat to shit.
Then on Friday, Donald Trump again claimed victory over Iran. Well, wars are not decided by who fires the first missile. They are decided by who can keep fighting the longest. And that is the lesson emerging from the latest US-Iran confrontation. For weeks, the United States relied on precision strikes to pressure Iran. The expectation was simple: increase the military cost, force Iran to compromise. But Iran did not back down. Instead, it continued missile launches, maintained its military posture, and insisted it would not negotiate under pressure. At the heart of Iran's missile campaign is one weapon drawing growing attention. The Khyber Sheikh, it's a solid fuel ballistic missile. Unlike liquid fuel missiles, it can be launched much faster because it does not need lengthy fueling before launch. It is also road mobile, making it harder to detect and destroy before takeoff. But what has attracted the most attention is its reported ability to maneuver during the final phase of flight. Instead of following a completely predictable path, the warhead can adjust its trajectory and it descends towards its target. That makes interception more difficult and puts greater pressure on missile defense systems. At the same time, Iran has widened the pressure beyond the battlefield. According to reports, Tehran warned Gulf states that if they encourage further US military action, they too could face retaliation. The warning raises the stakes for the entire Gulf region, home to major energy infrastructure and some of the world's busiest oil export routes. Any disruption there would send shockwaves through global energy markets. So obviously, Gulf nations push Washington to stop its assault.
The Iranian strategy at this moment is to demonstrate to the United States that it cannot get away with limited tit-for-tats that would be costly for Iran and not very costly for the US, that they would externalize the pain and even escalate into new territory in terms of both the scale and scope of attacks. This is why we have seen Iran attacking Jordan, a country that it did not attack in the past. We have also seen Iranian allies in the region putting more pressure on energy routes like Bab el-Mandab, or even with a recent attack in Egypt on the Suez Canal.
This comes in the back of multiple reports that the United States has used virtually all of its available long-range precision missiles during the conflict. The US maintains that America remains fully capable of defending itself.
Fortunately, I built up so much during my term. I rebuilt the military and also loaded it up with a lot of stuff. And we have certain types of munitions that are very powerful. That we have virtual unlimited supply. We have others where it's a little bit tighter, and we're getting them in on a daily basis.
The US-Iran conflict, which began in late February 2026 alongside Israeli operations, has stretched into its sixth month, far longer than the initial 4 to 6 week timeline some officials projected. The US has not just run out of missiles, but also weapon systems, which are needed to defend its multiple US bases and thousands of soldiers deployed there. According to leaked assessment and analysis by US media, Patriot, THAAD, ATACMS and precision strike missiles along with Tomahawk all are severely depleted. Well, obviously, no nation will publicly accept that its arsenal has run dry in the middle of a war, but the numbers are stark. Now, replenishing advanced missile stocks takes time. There is also geography. The United States is more than 11,000 kilometers away from the Gulf. Every interceptor, every cruise missile, every precision weapon has to cross oceans before reaching the battlefield. Sustaining a high-intensity campaign over such distances is far more demanding than fighting close to home. And that does not mean the United States lacks military power. It remains the world's strongest military. It still has enough bombs to keep bombing Iran for months. But modern wars are not only about firepower, they are also about logistics, industrial production, supply chains, and endurance. Iran understands that. Its strategy appears aimed at increasing the cost of prolonged conflict, rather than matching American military power weapon for weapon. Whether diplomacy succeeds or not remains uncertain, but one lesson is already becoming clear. In modern warfare, the side with the biggest arsenal is not always the side with the easiest path to victory.